Please like and subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates.
Malaysia's history starts with the British colonization of the area in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. The region was known as Malaya, and it was a British protectorate until the mid-20th century, when it gained independence. During the early years following independence, Malaysia struggled with high unemployment, low levels of industrialization, and a largely agrarian economy. The country was heavily reliant on tin, rubber, and agricultural products, which were subject to fluctuations in global prices. This period of poverty led the government to seek out new avenues for economic development and diversification. The government recognized the need for foreign investment, and during the 1970s and 1980s, it introduced several key initiatives to encourage entrepreneurship and attract foreign investment. These policies included the National Industrial Policy, which sought to encourage the growth of indigenous heavy industries, and the New Economic Policy, which was aimed at restructuring the economy to reduce the economic disparities among different ethnic groups in Malaysia. The government also made substantial investments in education and infrastructure to prepare Malaysia for industrialization and to create more job opportunities. The result was an economic boom that transformed Malaysia into one of the world's most successful economies. Here are 5 reasons for Malaysia's success after poverty. 1. Economic diversity. After gaining independence from British rule in 1957, Malaysia recognized that economic diversification was key to their long-term success. They made substantial investments in education, infrastructure, and directly appealed to foreign investors to diversify their economy. Moving away from a reliance on agriculture, Malaysia developed a range of industries, including electronics, manufacturing, and oil production, among others. 2. Government policies. Malaysia implemented key government policies in the late 70s and 80s, such as Vision 2020, the National Industrial Policy, and the New Economic Policy in the early 1970s. These policies were aimed at creating economic growth, reducing poverty, and improving the distribution of wealth. The policies focused mainly on strengthening the infrastructure, improving the technology, and establishing easy access to credit for businesses. 3. Strategic location. Malaysia's strategic foreign position has helped it play an important role as a gateway for trade between Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. Its proximity to vital shipping routes makes it a major hub for sea trade and has helped the country attract significant foreign investment. 4. Education. Malaysia invests heavily in education, from primary school to university, and has a robust education system with public and private institutions that cater to both national and international students. The education system focuses on building skills in technology, entrepreneurship, and innovation, and the emphasis on educating the young is part of what makes the country economically competitive. 5. Political stability. Malaysia's political stability has contributed significantly to its success after poverty. Unlike several other countries in Southeast Asia, Malaysia has remained politically stable, with the same ruling coalition in power for over 6 decades. This stability has allowed the country to focus on long-term economic development and strategies without worrying about the political unrest that often comes from shifting political leadership. Economic diversity. Economic diversity has played a crucial role in Malaysia's success after poverty. In the early years of its independence, Malaysia's economy was heavily dependent on primary commodities such as rubber, tin, and palm oil. As a result, the economy was vulnerable to changes in global demand and pricing. To overcome this narrow reliance on commodity exports, Malaysia introduced policies aimed at economic diversification during the 1970s and 1980s. The country focused on developing export-oriented industries such as electronics, automobile manufacturing, and palm oil processing. These initiatives were aimed at moving the economy up the value chain and broadening its export base. As a result of these policies, Malaysia's economy became more resilient and flexible, allowing it to weather external economic shocks. The country's industrial and services sectors grew quickly, and the government actively encouraged the development of new industries. The growth of these sectors helped to create new job opportunities and increase the country's income levels, which in turn helped to reduce poverty. Malaysia's success in economic diversification facilitated a shift in policy priorities, with the government gradually reducing its role in the economy, liberalizing trade and investment policies, and promoting private sector-led growth. This approach has enabled Malaysia to attract significant foreign direct investment and stimulated the growth of a vibrant and diversified private sector. The success of Malaysia's economic diversification was further supported by the country's strong infrastructure, including a well-developed transportation network, modern telecommunications systems, and world-class ports. Additionally, strong public institutions such as a transparent and efficient customs administration have helped to create a favorable business environment for investors. In summary, Malaysia's economic diversification policies helped the country move away from commodity dependency, allowed it to develop its industrial and services sectors, and made the economy more resilient to external shocks. This has ultimately contributed to its success in achieving a higher standard of living and reducing poverty levels since its early days. Government policies have played a vital role in Malaysia's success after poverty. A series of well-crafted policies have helped to drive the country's economic growth and development, and have played a significant role in reducing poverty levels across Malaysia. One such policy was the New Economic Policy, which was introduced in 1971 with the goal of reducing poverty and rectifying economic imbalances caused by the legacy of colonialism. The NEP sought to address poverty and promote economic growth by prioritizing government investment in education, infrastructure, and other key sectors. Through this policy, the Malaysian government implemented several affirmative action programs, which aim to facilitate greater participation by ethnic Malays in the country's economic development. The NEP also promoted private sector-led development of the economy, while simultaneously regulating foreign investment to ensure that the benefits of economic growth were spread equitably among all ethnic groups. Another important policy introduced by the Malaysian government was the National Industrial Policy. The NIP, formulated in 1986, aimed to guide the country's industrialization process, giving priority to domestic industries, promoting indigenous entrepreneurship, and developing technologically advanced industries. The government implemented these policies alongside measures to liberalize Malaysia's economy and open it up to international investment. These steps facilitated Malaysia's integration into the global economy, which helped to spur growth and development. Other policies introduced by the government during Malaysia's growth phase included reforms in the education system to produce a skilled workforce, incentives for the establishment of foreign firms in Malaysia, and investment in infrastructure development. Overall, the Malaysian government's strategic policies in the areas of economic diversification, affirmative action, education, and foreign investment have played a vital role in the country's success in overcoming poverty and achieving sustained economic growth. These policies have not only stimulated development but have also helped to create a favorable business environment that has facilitated private sector-led growth. Strategic location has been a key factor in Malaysia's success after poverty. Located in Southeast Asia, Malaysia has a strategic position that connects it to major global markets. This strategic location has enabled the country to benefit from international trade and investment, facilitating growth and development. Malaysia is situated at the crossroads of important global trade routes and is within close proximity to large economies in the region such as China and India. The country is also located close to the oil-rich countries in the Middle East, which has helped it to secure an important role in global energy markets. Malaysia's strategic location has been a key driver of investment, particularly in the areas of manufacturing, electronics, and services. With access to fast-growing markets in Asia and beyond, Malaysian companies have been well-positioned to tap into global supply chains and attract significant foreign direct investment. Additionally, Malaysia's strategic location facilitated the development of the country's important shipping and logistics industry. The country has several world-class ports, including Port Klang, which is the largest and busiest port in the region. These ports have made Malaysia a logistics hub, helping to facilitate the efficient movement of goods and services within the region. The strategic location of Malaysia has also helped to attract tourism to the country, with its diverse range of destinations and attractions. From its historic colonial cities, lush rainforests, and beautiful beaches to its vibrant cities and world-class theme parks, Malaysia has something to offer for every visitor. Overall, Malaysia's strategic location has been a significant contributor to its success in overcoming poverty and achieving economic growth. The country's location has facilitated its access to international markets, contributed to the development of key industries, and attracted significant foreign direct investment. Education has played a crucial role in Malaysia's success after poverty. The government has emphasized the importance of education since the country gained independence in 1957, and has made significant investments in this area to ensure that education is accessible for all Malaysians. The government has introduced a number of policies and initiatives aimed at improving access to education and creating opportunities for every citizen to succeed. These policies have primarily focused on expanding access to education, raising the quality of education, and increasing the level of skills and knowledge of the Malaysian population. One of the key initiatives introduced by the Malaysian government was the Education Act of 1961. This act established a national education system that provided free primary education to all Malaysians, regardless of their economic background. Subsequently, the government introduced a range of policies to increase enrollment rates, particularly for girls, in primary and secondary schools across the country. In addition to expanding access to education, the government has also focused on improving the quality of education. The country has invested in teacher training, curriculum development, and school infrastructure to enhance the learning experience for students. This has led to an increase in the literacy rate and a rise in the number of educated and skilled workers, which has in turn contributed to the country's economic growth. Another important policy implemented by the government was the establishment of universities and higher education institutions, such as the University of Malaya and the University Technology Malaysia. This policy aimed to create a highly skilled workforce capable of meeting the demands of the modern economy, with a focus on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Overall, education has been a vital factor in Malaysia's success after poverty, providing the country with a well-educated and skilled workforce that has been instrumental in driving economic growth. Additionally, the government's focus on education has helped to reduce poverty rates and create opportunities for Malaysian citizens to improve their standard of living. Political stability has played an essential role in Malaysia's success after poverty. The country had experienced political turmoil in the past, but following the 1969 riots, the government has worked hard to ensure political stability. This has enabled Malaysia to focus on economic development, attracting foreign investment, and increasing trade. Political stability and strong governance have been instrumental in attracting foreign investment to Malaysia, with the government maintaining a business-friendly environment that prioritizes the needs of investors. This has led to a surge in foreign investment, particularly in the manufacturing and export sectors, contributing significantly to the country's economic growth. Additionally, political stability has contributed to a reduction in crime rates and an improvement in public safety in the country. This has increased investor confidence and attracted more tourists, leading to increased revenue for the country. The government has also pursued policies that have helped to address social and economic issues in the country that have been a source of instability in the past. This has led to an improvement in the standard of living of the citizens, reducing poverty rates significantly. Moreover, political stability has helped to strengthen institutions such as the judiciary, the police, and the regulatory bodies, which have supported the country's economic growth. This stability has encouraged more transparency in the business sector, leading to further regulatory measures aimed at ensuring a level playing field for all businesses. Overall, Malaysia's political stability has been instrumental in improving the country's economic growth, reducing crime rates, and improving the standard of living for its citizens. With strong governance and a stable political environment, Malaysia has been able to attract foreign investment, expand trade, and pursue policies aimed at building a more robust and prosperous economy. In recent years, Malaysia has become a thriving economy with a diversified base of industries, including electronics, manufacturing, and services. Despite the challenges it faced in its early years, Malaysia's growth has helped it become a leader in the Asian region and a force in the global economy.